And you, by your very being, have something to share that will be meaningful and beneficial to those with whom you share it. And the need was to find avenues for making the extension. Even if it's working in a soup kitchen, ladling out soup, nourishment to those who need it. Some form of activity that constitutes a concrete expression of caring, of sharing the love that you have to share. I was not talking so much about being involved in a relationship that you could get from. Now, don't become unprincipled in the name of spirituality. Don't make a gift of your intimacy and your body indiscriminately. This is very unwise. This is unwise for anyone. I am not saying something that applies for some reason specifically and only to you. Explore and allow for loving relationships to develop with those of the opposite sex. But let intimacy be something that is shared with someone whom you have discovered by virtue of being lovingly with them that they are worthy of the gift of intimacy. I have said that delicately and discreetly and simply, but every word that I have said should have 10 underlines in bright red. Don't take what I have said lightly. It's very important. It's important for every single woman here or every single woman who hears this tape, and it's very important for every man as well. Paul feels that I did all right. Okay.
This is like just a little follow-up. So that would imply take your time, and
Pardon?
it would imply one needs to take some time to know something like that. It would take time.
Well, as the saying goes, fools rush in where angels fear to tread.
Okay.
What are you rushing toward?
Nothing. No. I'm not rushing, really.
What are you taking time for when you said take your time?
I guess to be clear, I'm not you, so it seems to take time to get the clarity.
It definitely takes time to get acquainted. It takes time to get to know another. And both you and the other are worth taking the time for, because undoing things that you have gotten started before you ought to have started them is much more difficult than taking the time in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And there is no rush. It's not loving or self-respectful to rush faster than you can pay attention and know what you're heading into. Love is not an abandoning of common sense. And feelings of love can never be justification for abandoning common sense or self-respect. Penny, for your thoughts.
I just feel like sort of pretty exposed in my, I feel like this is like maybe a love column in a newspaper, and dear Raj. So I've never really dated more than one man at one time. So you're not saying not to do that, are you?
It's perfectly wonderful to date many men, as long as there's no agreed upon commitment with any one of them while it's happening.
Right.
But save intimacy for the one you find is worthy of the intimacy as a result of having dated many.
Yeah. Specifically, you mean sexual intimacy, don't you?
That is exactly what I mean.
Well, okay,
Yes.
I'm okay there.
Yes. I said it that way so that you would unmistakably know.
I know. It's not. I don't want to have to ask somebody what they think after this is over. Boy, there's somewhere to crawl out of the window now. Can I just ask one question that's...
I don't know, can you?
I'd like to... Yeah, I can manage if you'll hear me. Just about the giving love and in ways that are, you would call service to other people. Is doing art then just really not in that category?
It is not in that category.
I had that feeling. So... Is it just,
art is a self-expression.
Yeah.
I do not mean by that a selfish expression. But ultimately, it is your allowing of the beauty of God to find expression in whatever way it occurs on your canvas. And you could do this on the top of a mountain in the Himalayas and never encounter another human being for 5 years while you do your paintings. It has nothing to do with relationship with your brother and sister.
So I best not make that a priority anymore. That's how I've been feeling.
Well, not an exclusive priority where you hole up in your artist studio and draw from the light through the skylight and never see a soul. I encourage you, you really need to be more involved with people.
Okay. So I've done that too long. I mean, that's over, that kind of activity.
It would be wise for it to be over.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, thank you.
It's time for the cotillion ball, the coming out party. Where the young lady is now of an age to be courted and involved and present with everyone.
Okay, so just this, way back when I was a little kid, I thought I was going to grow up and be an artist with that sort of very private artist life, I guess.
And cut off your ear, perhaps, and...
But there would be some, very special fruit at the end of all that. And anyway, that's not right. That's not it, right?
No, that is not going to be it.
Okay.
But that doesn't
like
mean
it.
that you are not going to paint and creatively, artistically express yourself. But you are not going to be the loner.
Yeah.
That's not your primary
Okay.
function, no.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's, you're like the orangutan in the cage in the zoo that needs to open up the door and get out of the cage and go to the jungle and be with orangutans.
Now we know what we are.
Be part of the human race. Be real and genuine a real and genuine human being with other real human beings. You're getting it.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Hands. Yes.
Boy, I haven't asked a question like this in a long time. But since she brought it up, as you've told me before, I've had a lot on my plate. And so I've been chowing down over here. And now I feel like things are starting to free up a little bit. And as I look at my love life, it has been very interesting in that initially I had this great need to be in relationship, and now things have kind of swung the other way where I don't feel the need to be in relationship. And so for the last, I don't know, several years, there hasn't been any real committed relationship. And so, and Paul's always teasing me about this, by the way. And so the reason I bring it up even now in a public forum is because there's discomfort around it. And so I just will ask you...
Discomfort around
the whole idea of relationship, a committed, intimate relationship. And so, things come up like, for instance, is it around, trying to be private, or is it around avoiding the chaos that often comes, like upsetting the apple cart type of chaos when you get in a relationship, and or is it a result of having to obtain a certain amount of maturity, or is it even the idea of celibacy, because that work is completed in this lifetime? So, how can you give me some guidance in that direction?
Well, are we talking about sexuality or relationships? Because you can be in relationship and be celibate.
Right. No, I'm talking about a sexual, committed, long-term type relationship. Yes.
Just a moment. Just a moment. This is me, Paul. He's not saying anything. I'm just waiting for him.
It's got me wondering too.
Your singleness is an avoidance. It keeps things neat and orderly and tidy. And it does not fulfill purpose. it does not fulfill purpose because it is an avoidance. And what you're avoiding is the uncomfortable messiness of involvement. But the uncomfortable messiness of involvements is exactly what allows for movement to occur. Because everything isn't in a sort of plastic order. Plastic in the sense of concrete, like we were speaking of yesterday, where when it is met with force, it crumbles into many parts because it does not have the flexibility to cooperate with or move with the force. Disturbance should be able to occur without being disturbing. A boulder can roll down the mountainside and into a lake and disturb the water without disturbing the water, without causing the water to have to do something it can't do. Or here's another example. A wrecker's ball on a crane can be dropped into a lake without disturbing the lake, but a wrecking ball swung into a brick building will disturb the building, causing it to do something it can't do, which means causing it to move in a way that it's incapable of moving and still remain what it is. You see what I mean? Relationships cause disturbances, but the disturbances do not have to be disturbing in the sense of causing you to have to be something that you're not capable of being. You are avoiding relationships because the disturbance will cause you to be something you don't want to be, not something you cannot be. Relationships stretch all of you. Thank God. Now, I'm not forecasting anything, but I want to give you some very practical guidance here. One who manages to create a plastic order in their life will tend to begin to have circulation problems, in their body. They will begin to have manifest in their body the the rigidity that they are trying to enforce in their life. And I am not saying that you are headed there, but I am saying you could be. And if you need a good reason for not continuing this practice of plastic orderliness, that's a good reason that I know connects with you as a realistic potential for suffering that you can use as a justification for standing on the threshold of discovering the unknown. Specifically meaning here, the unknown associated with the disturbance of relationships. The purpose of relationships is to give, to have in your experience that which can be in receipt of or stand in receipt of what you have to share from your wholeness. Until you find the impetus to extend what you have to share out of the fullness of what you are, you cannot break out of the isolation that has you bound in ignorance. Now, as I've said before, when you are awake, this giving out of the fullness of what you are is extended infinitely to all of the brotherhood and all of creation, and it is received. At the present time, at your point of awakening or unfoldment, this indiscriminate sharing of what you have to give out of the wholeness of your being not only can't be tolerated, it can't really be experienced by multiple receivers. It also cannot be done without creating jealousy on the part of everyone, even the beneficent giver of what he has to share out of his wholeness. And so it is totally unwise to indiscriminately, intimately share. So, you must start somewhere, though. Because that's how you get, just a moment. Introduced. Initiated into the experience of your function with a capital F. Your plastic life is selfish. And the selfishness needs to be broken, not so that you can have an unplastic life